our development partners present, distinguished guests, friends from the press, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to this regional consultation with profound honor and steadfast assurance to our common desire to develop the agribusiness sector. This consultation marks a crucial moment in our shared mission to transform Ghana's agribusiness sector and unlock the enormous potential of transitioning our country from an agrarian economy to an industrialized one. This is a true demonstration of the importance the government places on the development of the agribusiness sector. Hence, the realignment of the Ministry of Trade and Industry to Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. The inclusion of agribusiness is deliberate and it is intended to focus on value addition and value extension across various agricultural value chains with the potential of changing the economic treasuries of our dear country. The global agribusiness market, valued at approximately 3.4 to 3.5 trillion US dollars in 2024, is projected to swell to between 4.4 and 5.8 trillion dollars by 2033. This remarkable growth signals a vibrant and expanding industry that we can position ourselves to harness. This can be done by investing in innovation, sustainable practices, contract commercial farming, and value-added processing. We can tap into this global market and drive economic prosperity for all Ghanaians. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the theme for the consultation, Resetting Agribusiness for Inclusive and Sustainable Industrial Growth, is not only timely, but also vital for Ghana's long-term development. This is because, considering how we have managed the sector, the need for research to address the challenges facing Ghana's industries cannot be underscored. Over the years, it has been the norm for many industries in Ghana to struggle with low plant capacity utilization, often operating below 30 to 40% in a single shift, making them uncompetitive. To reverse this trend and achieve a 24-hour economy in the industrial sector, industries need a significant boost in raw material supply through sustainable local supply chains, strengthening agricultural value chains and agribusiness infrastructure is critical to enable industries to source, process, and distribute competitively. Developing local supply chains will provide industries with a stable and reliable source of raw materials. Enhancing agricultural value chains will improve productivity, reduce post-harvest losses, and increase value addition. Investing in agribusiness infrastructure, such as storage facilities, transportation networks, and processing equipment, will support industrial growth. The focus should be on improving competitiveness and efficiency in agribusiness operations to drive industrial growth and job creation. If we are able to address these issues, Ghana can unlock the potential of its agribusiness sector, drive industrial growth, and achieve sustainable economic development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the implementation of the Feed the Industry program rapid industrialization program, and accelerated export development program will drive Ghana's industrial growth and achieve the 24-hour economy policy aspirations. The Feed the Industry program aims to transform agro-processing industries through integrated agricultural value chains, ensuring consistent quality raw material supply. This, we hope, will increase industrial capacity utilization from 30 to 40% to 70 to 80% in target factories, establishing robust raw material supply chains. The program's hub and spoke model connects smallholder farmers with commercial farmers and agro-processors through contract farming arrangements, boosting agricultural productivity and industrial competitiveness. This transformative program rests on 4 pillars. First, commercial farmer development and value chain integration will empower commercial farmers with business support, access to land, financing, and ad grower schemes, linking them to smallholders. Second, post-harvest solution centers and processing infrastructure will establish processing and aggregation hubs equipped with industrial-grade equipment and cold storage. Third, industrial linkages and market development will foster partnerships between farmers and processors, backed by formal supply agreements and robust market intelligence systems. Finally, program management and institutional development will ensure effective oversight through a dedicated program implementation unit within the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, with monitoring systems to track commercial farmer growth and industrial performance. Together, these efforts will drive Ghana's agribusiness towards a prosperous and sustainable future. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to achieve this, government is making conscious efforts to implement a two-pronged strategy to drive agro-industrialization machinery efficiency and boost the country's agribusiness sector. In the short term, taxes on agro-processing machinery will be waived to reduce costs and encourage investment in the sector. This will increase access to technology and modern machinery for agro-processors, enhance productivity and efficiency in agro-processing, and stimulate growth and development in the agribusiness sector. After production, the cost of goods is the total overhead cost and capital investment. And so if the person imported machinery for processing a particular crop, in pricing the end product, the person will factor the cost of the machinery that he imported. And so we believe that if we exempt importation of those machineries that will be used in processing our crops, it will help, one, to reduce the cost of overhead in producing those crops. So that is the essence. It's also enable people to have confidence to move into the agribusiness sector, because one, it will reduce the cost for importing machines needed for processing those crops. But as I said earlier, today we are here basically to solicit views and ideas from the people of Bono East and then the Ahafo regions. You remember about 4 months ago, we launched agribusiness policy dialogue in Accra. And so we are in the process of finalizing the agribusiness policy. But we don't want to sit in Accra and impose a policy on the various regions. So what we are doing is to conduct series of regional consultation to seek their input into what will go into the policy. We know that various regions have competitive advantage when it comes to production of particular crops. Bono, for instance, you are very much into cashew and then the poultry, and so we believe that to have any concrete policy into the ideas into the policy with regards to cashew and then poultry, we shouldn't sit in Accra and do that. We should come to the doorsteps of the people who have knowledge. Most of them have practical knowledge in production of poultry and then cashew. So we are here just to solicit for their views, what they want to see in the policy when it is finally finalized. And so that is what we are doing. Last week we were in Ashanti region. This week we are here. Next week we'll go to the north and the water region and to touch every region before we finalize the policy for cabinet consideration. So that when it comes out, then everybody is part of it. Everybody will identify with that policy so that its implementation will not be difficult. So that is what we are doing.
Minister, again on the tax.
We believe that the policy should come into force by the end of this year. So we are engaging with the various regions. As I said, this is the second region when we started the consultation. And so as soon as we are done with the consultation, the policy will be finalized and codified and then submitted to the cabinet for approval. Once cabinet approves it, then it is ready for implementation. But those incentives and other, I spoke about feed the industry. We know that access to raw materials is a critical problem for most factories. If you go around, you will see that there are some rice factory, there are some garri factories, but raw materials in terms of rice to be processed is a problem. And so that is why we are introducing Feed the Industry, where we are going to engage in commercial farming to produce raw materials in large quantity to feed industry. And so, for instance, if we have a poultry farm, poultry feed is a major problem for most poultry farmers. And so we believe that we should go into a commercial production of maize or soybeans so that that can be processed into providing source of poultry feed to support poultry production. But if you don't have it, then you have to import. When you import, you all know the difficulties, the cost that comes with it. And so under the feed industry, we're going to engage in commercial farming to produce crops in large quantity, so that if you go to the Krobo area, they produce a lot of mangoes. But when you are driving around during the bumper harvest, you will see that the mangoes are just lying on the road, destroyed. So we think that we should have that processing factory in that catchment area to process mango after production. And so the whole idea about agribusiness is, what do we do after production at the farm? So we are coming in as agribusiness to add value to what is produced on the farm. So from harvest, adding value to it, marketing, packaging, throughout until it gets to the table is what we are going to do as agribusiness.